Are you like me and you've been staring at dated, ugly countertops in your kitchen, thinking it's finally time that you get an upgrade? Well, I've been doing a ton of research, and there are 5 countertop trends that everybody's been ditching, and you're going to want to know what to do instead.
And this first trend that I saw that people are starting to ditch is completely shocking because it's one of the most popular countertop materials out there. And I know the comment section is going to go wild.
Oh, and make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you a bonus section of 3 of the trendiest countertop materials out there that are going to make your home look absolutely stunning. First, I want to address that most controversial piece of information I found, and that is around certain quartz countertops are actually starting to go out of style. You heard me. Quartz. Quartz is one of the most popular and most well-loved kitchen countertop materials, as well as bathroom countertop materials. I couldn't believe it either. It's honestly certain types of quartz. So quartz has so many different patterns, and it's made to look like real stone a lot of times. But the ones I'm talking about that are trending out of style are the ones that are obviously fake. They are something that has that huge, big vein down the middle and no other veins on it. So it obviously does not look real at all. And that is what we're seeing people move away from. It's that quartz that screams, I'm trying to look like marble, but I'm not fooling anybody.
According to interior designer Bethany Adams, she says that man-made quartz countertops are being given the heave-ho in favor of natural marble as well as quartzite. And consumers are definitely favoring the bold veining of real stone.
And consumers have loved quartz for so many years because of its stain-resistant properties, its heat-resistant properties, and it's honestly also very affordable in terms of your cost versus especially natural stone. But here is the deal. There also is a little bit of bad press around quartz right now in terms of working conditions and some of the adverse health effects that the workers in some manufacturing places, they can suffer from some ill health effects from breathing in some of the dust that is inherent to the quartz making process. And this is super important because even today, there is still a big debate about using quartz versus granite and which one's going to be more durable and stain resistant. I personally think that granite is one of the most durable materials on the planet, but other people might have a different opinion on that, and I know it's a constant debate. The trick is now that you have to find quartz that mimics real stone as closely as possible. No more giant fake veins that look artificial and manufactured and dyed. You definitely want something that looks like the real stone, so you might have to pay a little bit more. So you want to look for quartz that has very natural looking veining and not just one giant vein, but make sure there's other veins. And you want to see a lot of natural movement and flow in your piece, as well as some color variation as well. It doesn't need to look perfect. In fact, that's better because it'll look more like unique real stone. The best quartz to get today is that you cannot tell the difference between the quartz and a real slab of stone. If you can't tell the difference, that's a winner. Let me know down in the comments, do you think quartz is on the way out or just the fake stuff that looks overly fake? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Now we're going to talk about the countertop materials that were super popular in the early 2000s. And that is the same countertop that I have right here. And that would be granite countertops. These granite countertops with the very busy and speckled designs, they definitely make your kitchen feel a little bit more cluttered, a little bit more hectic, and they just don't jive with today's more minimalist designs that have a lot of clean lines. These countertops were super popular in the 1990s as well as the early 2000s. There were a lot of browns and beiges, then also even colors like pink, and they usually have some funky edges to them. And in today's modern kitchens, it's just not retro enough to be cool. But what if I told you that granite itself is not dead and it's actually making a huge comeback this year? My brother just bought a brand new build and his countertops are granite. And it doesn't look bad, quite honestly. It's definitely a more uniform pattern and it's not as busy looking to the eye. And the other type of granite that is definitely gaining a ton of popularity is this granite that has a lot of deep veining that more mimics a marble. These granites that look more like a marble give you the durability of a granite, which is amazing. I can attest to that. These things will withstand anything. But they also give you that beautiful movement and veining that marble has. These can pair really well with today's popular cabinet styles, and they can help make your kitchen feel very luxurious without being overwhelming or overbearing or making it feel cluttered. And if you're debating the classic debate of granite versus marble, granite still wins in terms of durability and the fact that you really don't have to do any maintenance. With marble, you do have to take care of it quite a bit, and you have to refinish it and coat it every year, and you have to baby it a little bit, although there are some higher tech coatings coming out right now that you can get to coat the marble, but still that can be a little bit more on the expensive side. So granite is definitely going to win when it comes to affordability. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be awesome? Or are you like over my dead body? Let us know down in the comments below. Oh, and if you're watching this because you're about to do a kitchen remodel or you're thinking about doing a kitchen renovation, I've got a great free resource for you. It's my kitchen budgeting worksheet, and it's going to have pretty much every line item of something that you might need to spend money on for your renovation of your kitchen. And that way you're going to figure out how much your project's going to cost. So you can get this for free today at pennymodern.com/kitchen, and the link is down in the description.
Have you guys seen those countertops that are super shiny and they show basically every fingerprint and every water spot that's on your countertop? Those just aren't very practical, and so they are definitely falling out of favor and trending out of style. Rachel Blindauer, a St. Louis-based interior designer, explains it perfectly. Velvety finishes like a honed marble or a leathered quartzite, which that just means that it's definitely not shiny and it's got a special treatment on top of it, as well as soapstone, are in high demand. And that's not just for how they look or how they feel, but it's how they wear in over time. These surfaces can age very gracefully, and they can show beautiful patina over time, showing the use almost like a pair of your favorite leather shoes would. And it gives you a sense of pride, not perfection. Ariana Lovato of Honeycomb Home Design agrees. She says, "We love leathering this material because it gives it a more earthy and organic feel." Textured and matte finishes on your stone countertops are definitely all the rage this year, and they really have a lot of practicalness about them because they're gonna hide all those fingerprints and hide those water spots that would just be super obvious on very shiny surfaces. And they also just add an amazing feel to your kitchen that just makes it feel a little bit more fancy. And the other benefit about having these matte or leathered surfaces on your stone, they will make it look more like real stone, or whether you get one that's man-made or you actually leather real stone, it's going to make it feel and look more organic and something you would find out in nature, because most rocks and stone you look at in nature definitely are not shiny, are they? For anybody searching for the best countertops that are low maintenance, then honed quartz as well as leathered granite are going to be great options for durability, and you don't have to waste your time doing a bunch of maintenance on them. This next countertop trend is around what style of edge that you should be thinking about for your countertops. This could be something that you don't even think about until you actually go to buy your countertops, and then they're like, what kind of edge do you want? So you have to know what are all the different edges and which ones are in and which ones are out, right? I will tell you from my research that I found was that some of the edge styles on countertops that are definitely trending out are going to be your more fussy, fancy, and decorative style of edge. This is a bull nose edge, which is a completely rounded edge on your countertop. There's also a half bull nose, which is basically flat on the bottom and then rounded. Those are okay. I think what we're seeing more that's trendy is more square edge in terms of your countertop. And the ones that you definitely want to stay away from are things that are a little bit more decorative. So that would be the cove edge or the O edge, which basically have some indentations to them. I have been hearing that the waterfall countertop edge, which basically means you have a mitered edge, so the countertop goes straight here and then straight down in a perfect square. I have heard that is starting to go out of style as well. So you might want to be careful about that. It is a lot more expensive to take your countertop all the way down to the ground. But I think because people are using countertops as a backsplash too, what they're tending not to do is to have the waterfall edge, because otherwise you're just gonna have countertop all over your kitchen. If you have it up the wall, on the countertop, and all the way down to the floor, it's just a little too much. We're just seeing a lot of edges that are just straight lines, straight edging, as well as maybe a gently rounded edge that is almost a perfect sharp rectangle, but just has that sharp edge rounded out. People are really opting for a very sleek, modern look with clean lines and avoiding a lot of the fussy details that we've seen in years past. And if you're getting value from this video so far, make sure you hit that like button. It'll help other people like you find this video. This next countertop trend that I found that is falling out of favor is one that I have used years ago because it's a very affordable option. And that is the use of synthetic materials for your countertop. That could be something like a Corian, which is a mixture of basically acrylic, resin, and stone, but it's higher percentage of the artificial materials. And there's also things like a laminate, which is basically plastic. So those are definitely trending on the way out because people want to have more natural materials in their home. They want things that look like real stone, and they want to bring that natural feeling of nature indoors. And these synthetic and artificial materials don't hold up as well, and they certainly don't add a ton of value to your home. Nobody walked into a kitchen and said, oh, laminate countertops, great. But they do walk in and say, oh, marble, or ooh, quartz. And they're really excited when they see that in somebody's kitchen. A lot of these synthetic countertop materials are definitely looking a bit dated. Fiona Ginnett from Holt Studio explains why some of these synthetic materials are losing popularity. She says materials like Corian are falling out of favor, partly due to being bad for the environment and also because they don't hold up very well against heat and scratches, which is definitely something that you need your countertops to withstand when you're in the kitchen. Alex Main from the Main Company agrees with me about laminate. Although it's an affordable and a very easy to maintain solution, many homeowners are moving away from these plastic laminate countertops. While laminate can mimic a lot of the natural patterns that you find in stone or real marble, the end result is never really the same, especially when you feel it. You can tell instantly it's not real stone. And I actually installed laminate countertops in one of the first homes that we ever bought. And that was because the countertops it had were awful. It was tile that was from the 80s and the tiles were literally falling apart and the grout lines were all cracked and it was very unsanitary. And the only countertop material we could really afford was just buying some that we got from Home Depot and having a little contractor that we knew and trusted install them because we needed a quick and very affordable solution. It was less than $1,000, I think, for me to get new countertops. That is definitely one of the main perks and selling points of synthetic materials and synthetic countertops is because it is much less expensive than real stone. But the countertop trends are definitely going towards more natural materials and as real and authentic looking to natural stone as possible. So whether that's granite, marble, or quartzite, or even natural wood butcher block, that is a timeless choice that is also very affordable. These more natural materials, they just let you have a lot more personality and bring those natural elements indoors. Now we're on to those 3 countertop trends that are coming in hot in 2025. But first, if you want more affordable modern home decor design trends and tips and DIY projects, hit subscribe because that's what we're all about here at Penny Modern. The first big countertop trend that I definitely want to hit on is soapstone. This beautiful natural stone is having a major moment this year. Soapstone has this beautiful natural feel as well as develops this wonderful patina over time. And it just gets better with age. Plus it's non-porous, so it doesn't need sealing like marble. And it has this amazing ability to handle heat without getting any damage to it. Plus, it comes in these beautiful shades of different colors of gray, and it has beautiful veining in it. It can work from pretty much any design style that you want to have in your kitchen, from a modern farmhouse to an ultra-modern kitchen or anything in between. The next countertop trend that's definitely coming in hot is porcelain. A lot of designers love how porcelain brings the elegance and beauty of marble into your kitchen, but it has a lot of durability and very low maintenance, so that way you don't have to be sealing it and babying it all the time. You can get the look of marble without the headaches and the maintenance of having to take care of it. This next bonus trend that's coming in hot this year is definitely one that you can benefit from if you have an island. And that is having two different colors of countertop in your kitchen that are contrasting. So a lot of people will use one color on the outside of their kitchen, and then they'll have their island be an accent color countertop. You might have a white countertop around the outside and have black or gray on your island, or you could use butcher block on your island and have a gray or white or black or really any color around the outside, or any combination thereof. That way you're having a lot more uniqueness and style and personality to your kitchen, and you can create a combination that nobody else has. And I'm loving this trend as well, because I think if you can't decide between two countertops, which I've definitely been in that situation before, it lets you have one countertop of each, so that way you don't have to decide, you can have both. So now that you know the latest and greatest in countertop trends, aren't you gonna need to know all the latest and greatest design trends for the rest of your kitchen? Then you've gotta watch this next video right here, which is all about the latest and greatest in kitchen design, and I'll see you in that next video.